that's why you have to be in my front and do like this to me.
No, I said action.
Yeah, but action, it can hear there.
No, only you can hear it.
Oh, because of the shore. Okay. All right. you go. Hi, this is Arielle Duavi show, and we're gonna be introducing my show every week. So we're gonna do Saturday or one of the regular weekend or weekdays. So it's gonna be 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Right, director? And then on Saturday or Sunday, also noon time, right? Like 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. So on the weekdays, on Thursday, probably 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So if you guys want to have your own show, let us know. Come join us here in our studio at 317 South 6th Street. So today, I have many guests are coming to join me here at our studio. So it's gonna be, he wants to be called Uncle Don. So he's gonna be here. He's a businessman consultant. And also, I'm gonna have Stephanie, who is the developer of the apps. So you'll meet her here today also. So they call it My World. And she's from Texas. So I really like the app that they created. It's so simple that you can actually help one another or explore your business. And today I'm kind of tired because I keep going back and forth in our stairs, and we don't have an elevator. So if you guys come in here, you have a high heels. So just bring your extra shoes so that you can walk back and forth, upstairs, downstairs. So we're gonna be working straight all the way. So my team is gonna be also doing the on location or here in our studio. So if you have the talent, let us know. We will produce you. So once again, I have the big team, and they're all expert, and they're all the best in the West. So you guys can join me. Anyway, now now I have a guest. Shalon is a warrior. She just came in, but anyway, Shalon has the business, and his business is promoting old fighters. So I believe he has incoming fighters, right? I already interviewed him, so I'm talking to him. That's I had the conversation already. So Mr. Warrior, so when is your fight to start?
Well, we have several up and coming fighters. The next one is on the 7th of June. The next is on the 7th of June.
Uh-huh.
I got a guy named Yuri Cedinho Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
He fights out of Dominican Republic, but he's now via what is called Reading, Pennsylvania.
June 7th,
So-
that's so soon. Today is May, so that's next month?
Yes, he's in camp right now. He's
Oh.
preparing right now, and he's fighting on a DAZN card, and actually top rank and a Barbarum combo because Keyshawn Davis and Edwin De Los Santos is fighting, and he's on that undercard. And he's fighting in the middleweight division, 160 pounds, 160.
Oh, wow. Wow. So when is this? Where are the locations?
Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, wow. Okay. Who he's fighting with?
He's fighting an upcoming gentleman. I'm not sure his name is a Latino gentleman. I'll get the name for you though. And it's I think it's a 10-rounder, and it's
So how much is the ticket?
roughly depending upon based on the time of the fight, the guy's status that's fighting the headliner.
Because
It
when
should be
we
roughly
do,
$200 to $400.
we did the
maybe a
fight
few.
before, so VIP is like $1,000.
Correct.
And then the second one is 500, 250, 100, 75,
Right.
65. That's how
Right.
we do it
Depending
before.
on how far
Yeah.
back you are.
So it depends upon also to who are you fighting
Correct.
with, you know.
And who's the headliner
But-
is.
You should know now because it's almost closer. How could we promote it?
Well, they are promoting it.
Ah, I see, I see.
It's on a top rank card. So in the zone, So being that it's a, we just call it a co-pro,
Mm-hmm.
because Edwin De Los Santos fights for one, and uh, Keyshawn Davis fights for another.
Mm-hmm.
So they're coming together to do what is called a co-promotion,
Oh, I see.
where
I
both
see.
brands fight under the same umbrella. They
Mm-hmm.
bringing the networks together. Both networks bring the cameras, and both sharing on the revenue. And both pay their fighters. Both sides pay their own individual fighters.
I see.
And
Well,
what I
next time
offered-
we have a pay-per-view.
What I offered was I sent Keyshawn Davis a message tagging my fighter, Leandro De Los Santos, to a match because him and Edwin De Los Santos, so there's Leandro De Los Santos and Edwin De Los Santos, they both had a fight in the amateurs.
Oh, wow.
My guy won.
Okay.
So we're at the point now where we can be up there with the other guys because they're getting $2.5–3 million per fight to fight each other. My guy agreed to fight them all for $2.5 million each. So
Well, that's too much because the
No,
last
it's
the
not.
last time that we did ours is like 20,000 to 30,000 and 10,000 because it's just like this is not like,
real
Dro-
big, right? Well,
Yeah.
these guys are real big. They
Ah.
have that name, they have the qualifications, they have the reputation,
Ah.
and they have the credentials. They're decorated amateurs. There's a difference between fighting somebody from the Golden Gloves, or fighting somebody from the local gym, or fighting somebody from the Olympics.
I see. I see.
All of my guys, all 5 of them, are from the Olympics.
Oh wow, pretty cool.
3 of them are from the A team, 2 of them are from the B team.
So right now, you cannot promote yet, or can you promote now? Is that already in place? Because you said June 7th, Virginia, North
Norfolk,
Virginia
Virginia,
Park.
yes.
Where is that located at?
That's on the East Coast, in the South, Norfolk, Virginia. Virginia is a state
No, what
that's right.
what is the place of the fight so that we can? Do you want to promote it?
Well, it's not my promotion, and my guy's fighting on the card, so I'm gonna promote his name. But I'm not gonna. I mean, I would
so
like the
you're
people to
not-
watch
you're
the
not
fight.
producer for that
I'm
show.
not. No, that's not my
okay,
production.
okay.
No, that is
Okay,
not my production.
got it. So there's a fight coming up in Norfolk, Virginia, but we don't know what's the name of the location. So okay, maybe next time when you have the complete.
Right.
Yeah.
I can get the information for you on where the fight's gonna be,
But
the
let's
actual
talk
stadium.
about you. Forget about
Right.
that shows. Let's talk about you. You said when we've been talking a couple days ago that you become a chief because you're a Cherokee.
Correct.
Right, you're Cherokee, and you're about to get this land awarded to your Cherokee family. And as you said, your family had that documents that you've been paying the taxes that this is awarded to you, but it's not complete yet. Why don't you talk about that? Because that's
Okay.
what's important to your
Yes.
family. Because on that year 1775, as you said, that all the American Indian, all the tribal got neglected, but not
Right.
most of them, because some of them become, leap up. Look at that Sikwan, that's a tribe. Look at, all those Pala Casino, all those casinos in San Diego are become awarded because they're tribal, and your tribal as a Cherokee is so huge, isn't it? They're big.
Correct.
So what
Correct.
happened? Tell me.
Well, there's a thing called $5 Indian. $5 Indian is when there was a period of time when after they paid people from Alaska and the Bering Strait and some from the Mongolian migration that were here from the Mongolian migration. Remember, Genghis Khan?
Yeah.
Okay, during his time, he was doing the bad thing. So some of those people fleeing in there came here, but we were already here. We embraced them. So when the European man came here, he saw both and called one Native American and called the other Indian. Now, Aboriginal Indian, the Moors, we've been here before the Mongolian migration or the Bering Strait. So they started teaching people how to be us. That's why a lot of people from those tribal reservations don't have the type of dance moves that an African would or African American would that has everybody around the world doing dances, like the Asians that do the pink black and all that stuff. Everybody loves hip hop. Well, those cultural dance moves extends from American and African history. Turtle Island, Horse's Head, Asia Minor, Asia Minor, Asia Major. All of these things, Upper and Lower Egypt, all of those things are African and American when they were together as one land. Over 70,000
So
years
you're
ago.
saying on 1775, most of those people are actually connected as a tribal, as a, they are.
What I'm saying is in 1755, which is where Governor Glenn stole our land under duress, they said if you want peace, because
Okay,
they were
so
going to
who
war.
actually
I'm
stole your
explaining to you.
land?
Governor Glenn and the Crown, British Crown. This is during the 13 colonies. This is before America existed. They didn't form the United States yet at that time. It was only 13 colonies, and those 13 colonies were illegal. They wasn't universally accepted on the international level as being sovereign entities as states or colonies on this land. Meaning they went to war because they didn't abide by the agreement that they had with us. So,
Okay.
listen to the full story so you can understand. You ever heard of George Jefferson? George Jefferson is famous because the people that wanted to take our land used him as a tool to take us out. They were supposed to pay us taxes for being here. Do you understand?
Okay, let's
They
not
set
talk,
up a
hold on
corporation.
Let's
Let's
not talk about
I thought
that.
you wanted
wanna,
to talk about the
I wanna,
tribe and
hold
the
on,
history.
I know. I wanna point with the viewers. Okay, I
I'm
understand
giving
what
you
you're
the
saying.
story, but if they
No,
want to
do
know the
not-
whole
do
thing,
not give me
you
the
can't
whole.
give off half story.
No.
How can they understand with half a
Hold
story?
on a second, because I want. This is an education. Okay.
Right. So do you want a half
Remember,
an education
I know,
or a
hold
whole
on.
education?
No, I just want the best education, because as you said.
Then that got to be the truth.
Hold on,
In order
this
to
is
get
the
the best education, you have to get the truth. And
Hold
the
on a
truth has to be
second.
the whole
Cherokee.
thing. Because you keep stopping my
This is
story.
for you.
If you want to hear my story, you have to
I
stop
know.
stopping my story.
This
You're
is your story.
interrupting my story, but you want to hear it, but you want to guide it towards your
Okay,
point.
no.
You can't pick the narrative that you want and ask me to tell
This
my
is
story.
your story.
Correct.
Okay, this is your story.
So can I tell it,
hold on a
please?
second. The Cherokee, right? This is
Yes.
for you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of tribal, okay? So what kind of Cherokee?
Originally
is?
Hebrew.
Hebrew.
Hebrew is the original
So-
language of the Cherokee.
As you say, as everybody are like me, I have this that no one believe you that you're Cherokee because
No.
you're black.
That's not that. It was a scam. George Jefferson chopped down the cherry tree. Do I look like a cherry tree? The reason why it's a metaphor for chopping down the cherry tree is to take us out of our feathers and sandals and put us in what is called a straw man status. Look that up. Straw man status. That means we're not sovereign. You can't tell me I'm not sovereign. That means war. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we went to war. I'm going to give you a 74-page document, a 54-page document, and a 30-page document going over all of the wars that between us and Governor Glenn of the Crown Corporation. When you see police, you see yellow around the flag. When you go into courtrooms, you see yellow around the flag. That
Correct.
means a corporation. That don't mean real government. They took our land and acting like they are a government. They are a corporation. They are not legitimate government. I am the legitimate government here. The 5 points on the star. Ask all of your members, what does the star mean on an American flag? They're going to say a
That
state.
representative of the state.
No,
Correct?
no.
That's what they said, right?
There's 50 states to represent the fifth. There's 50 stars to represent the 50 states. But what does the star mean? One star. What does it mean?
His star is dedicated to one state.
No.
Okay, tell me.
It's dedicated to the founding principles of the republic. This is a republic. Have you ever put your hand on your heart and say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic? Well, this is a republic. In order for there to be a republic, it must be 5 principles. Those 5 principles are represented on the star. And those 5 principles are love, peace, truth, freedom, justice. Do you understand those? Now, there's a thing called the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, that is pretty much has been documented or structured around those 5 principles. principles. So those 5 principles, you get the Bill of Rights, you get the Declaration of Independence, which we forced them to sign, because that meant war with the British Crown.
Well, there's so many tribal. Hold on a second.
There's so many lies.
I know there's
so many lies.
Hold on. Why don't you invite them, and then
The
put
Library of
together,
Have you ever heard of the Library of
I know,
Congress?
to put
You want the
all one
lands?
together,
Okay.
and then go to the White House, because a lot of tribal are actually saying, like the how do you call that? Hold on. So in South Dakota,
Never mind
right?
South Dakota. That's not our lands.
I
I'm
know.
talking
Hold on
about
a
our lands.
second.
That's not the same
But
thing.
if you have so many Cherokee, South Jokes,
Iroquois.
yeah, all of
Mohawk.
those, yeah. Why not put the forces together or help one another and
That's
go
what
to
I
the
want to
White
do.
House?
That's what I
That's
wanna
what I'm
do.
trying to say. That's
Right.
that's my point here. It's for you. For you to become stronger, to fight for this.
Right.
Gather each one of the tribe that they become hurt. The black onyx, they told me about that also. Where is the 5 faces of the whatever the president? That I think South Dakota, right? So that's what I'm talking about earlier. I am not trying
No,
to cut
Rushmore.
the
You're
history.
referring to
Yeah,
Rushmore, right.
Rushmore, right?
They took
I mean,
our faces off Rock Rushmore and put presidents on it. We had it up there first.
really.
We had six constitutions here, 6 tribes that had their own constitution. We came together as Congress. Congress is older than the United States of America. They kicked us out of Congress. We had our government. We taught them government. They had no idea about a republic before they came here. We went to Europe through Spain and taught them how to bathe. They didn't know how to bathe. We taught them math. We taught them we civilized them. They came from a cave. They knew nothing about anything. They was in what is called the Dark Ages. We took them out of the Dark Ages and what is called the Renaissance, the Age of Light, where they can say, okay, well, now we don't have to die from diseases. We can now no longer have to bathe in alcohol or pat ourselves down with alcohol. We can take a bath. So what
Do
is
you
called a
have-
Turkish bath, we gave them that. We gave them sewage drainage where you don't get sick sleeping and being infested and living in your own sewage. We taught them a sewage system. We taught them chess. We taught them
So the Cherokee before, do you have a different language, or
the
is that
original
the
language was Hebrew.
Hebrew?
Correct. We are from the 12 tribes of Israel. We are part of the original 12 tribes. Moabite blood. If you want to go into what is called the race or the group of all of the tribes together, we're called Moabite. The original people from Adam and Eve, God made us from the ground, just like clay. You go outside, you see the clay, hold it to my skin. It's going to match. That's how you know I'm from the earth. Anybody else that say they Cherokee, grab the soil, hold it to their skin. If it does not match, they're not real. DNA don't change.
So you mean to say there's so many people are claiming that they're Cherokee. For them to be recognized, they should
I
have
don't care about recognize. Recognize is about money
No,
because they
what
want
I'm
to
saying
keep. They
is
want to keep the government
the
giving them money.
tribe, the ancestry.
Right. The planet
That's-
knows who belongs
the
on this planet.
ancestry.
The
That's-
planet will not get you sick if you sit back. We can track it. At least 70,000 years. You know why? Because we have what is called a calendar system. Now, in order to get a 26,000 year calendar system, there is called a cycle. In order to recognize a cycle, you have to know that there's been a change in pattern. And in order for something to go around 26,000 years and you for to see it, you have to see it at least 3 times. The brain only picks it up after a pattern of 3 times. So we had to go around a cycle of the universal pattern at least 3 times to be able to so that's at least 26,000 times 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is a good an education, so we will go ahead and probably we can do an episode to learn more about the Cherokee, because I am confused until today because we have so many tribal that needed help. So as I mentioned to Chief, he's a chief now of the tribal
American Cherokee Indian
Cherokee
Federation.
Indian Federation. Okay, so if he can gather all these people that try to claim or they're claiming their land that they told me that taken away by the government, so probably it's better you guys combine and put together your your tribe, their tribe. I know a lot of them that I can send it to you so you can be the, the spokesperson for them, and maybe it can be done so you can help your